approaches, the game is chosen for national screening. Spurs' expensive new team has been struggling.
Waddle. Moran's inside. Stewart has drawn away well. Laurie Madden with him. And Sheffield Wednesday get the throw. Gascoigne. Stewart, stopped again by Madden. Tottenham's throw. Leaving it to Vinnie Samways. Not sure whether he possesses the long throw or not. In any case, Waddle is coming closer to him, and so too is Fairclough. Difficult ball to get a grip on, I would have thought, for a long throw today. In any case, Waddle now with the cross. Curled in well, and just missing the head of Paul Stewart. It was a great cross in. And Turner, in fact, had stayed on his line. And Stewart so close to getting it. Returned by Hodgson. And he's got past his man. Cross comes in towards Reeves. I feel he should have done a little better with him, that. The lad who was 21 yesterday. He's a good natural goal scorer. He's been on loan in the lower divisions. He's always scored. He got there first with a header. David?
That was a perfect cross. He got away from his marker, and Fenwick was caught in no man's land. And for sure, he will be a little bit annoyed with himself. Chances have been few and far between, and that certainly was a half chance.
Pearson shaking off Gascoigne, finding Worthington. Interception there by Fairclough. He seemed to shove Moran out of the way, kept it in play. Here's Waddle. Fenwick. Oh, Fairclough looking to get in behind. Some good work at the back, though, for Sheffield Wednesday by Nigel Worthington. Oh, there's a good break on. Johnson, he's got Reeves and he's got West up ahead of him. He's got Sterling steaming down the right. And a free kick for Sheffield Wednesday, the foul by Terry Fenwick.
I thought the Tottenham players recovered very well there after Fairclough got caught down in this wide right position. The sense of team responsibility was terrific. They got back behind the ball very, very well. Sterling's cross towards David Reeves, knocked on by him towards Colin West. Behind for the goal kick. Colin West yet to score this season. Good flick on there by David Reeves. West's header just watched wide by Bobby Morris. We are pretty cold up here. The picture you saw right at the start of our programme this afternoon, the hills away behind Hillsborough, the wind comes straight off there, straight into the commentary box. But let's hope there's plenty that's going to warm us up in the second half. Spurs in the yellow, 0-0 the score. Here's Gascoigne. Played on for Waddle. Oh, my goodness, Chris Turner was lucky there. It caught him on the, at least underneath the right arm, and skidded across the face of that goal behind for the corner. So a good opening break there by Tottenham at the start of this second half, as they now are just about to take the corner. And Turner a little lucky there. Gascoigne. Waddle again. Gascoigne just running it out of play, having a battle there with Worthington, and Worthington in his fury knocking the ball way down the pitch. It'll be a throw to Sheffield Wednesday. And
I would have thought Terry Venables reasonably satisfied with the composure that Spurs have shown and the bright start they've shown into the second half. Butters might come to Reeves. Butters got it away at the second attempt. Waddle taking it in his stride. Flick here for Mitchell Thomas. Stewart. Mitchell Thomas to hammer one home. No. Ranson gets it away. I've seen Spurs once or twice this season. Couldn't believe how bad they were in a game in the first half, at any rate, up at Newcastle right early on. And indeed how good they were against Manchester United in the first half hour of a game there, when they went into the lead with a goal by Chris Waddle, and they folded a bit after that. It seems so far they've not really been able to put a good, solid 90 minutes together. But that seems to be becoming more likely on this occasion. Thomas on the far side. Samways, always tricked his man well. Trying to get the ball back to Stewart. Sheffield Wednesday are making a hash of getting this one away until Siggy Johnson makes the clearance. Fenwick. And again, Fenwick. Good touch that time to Gascoigne. In goes Gascoigne again, trying to make things happen for Tottenham. With Gascoigne. Stewart waiting in the middle! But it's disallowed. He's disallowed it for offside. The linesman on the far side, flag up. And the goal is ruled out. And Wednesday so quick to take that free kick so there could be no argument. Worthington playing it in. West goes up. And a goal kick. Boos from the Spurs fans behind that goal. Good work by Gascoigne. It's Moran, if anybody, who's in the offside position as Stewart comes in, and the flag already up.
It was just a slightly forward pass, wasn't it? But you could see the linesman's flag as Moran got into that position. It went up fairly quickly. Slightly unfortunate for Spurs. It was terrifically powerfully played by Gascoigne going into the box.
Madden. Worthington's header. Fenwick. This is Waddle. This is where you think things might well happen for Tottenham. Waddle certainly seems to be in the mood. Gascoigne too. Here's Samways. Abbott's gone off in a very strong forward position. Here's Chris Waddle again for Tottenham. Towards Mabbott. Just wide. Took that well on the volley. Made for him by Chris Waddle. And he'd gone up almost unnoticed there. Just wide of the Wednesday goal. David Fleet.
Well, there's some good movement now between the Spurs players. Thomas is holding a left side position but moving around from there. Sterling's having to go with them, and they're destroying the balance of the Wednesday back line. Waddle's moving fairly free, Gascoigne is too, and so it's very difficult for him to be penned down.
But here's Hodgson now for Wednesday towards West, and now for Worthington, and across the face of the goal and behind as Reeves came flying in. So almost a goal for Spurs at one end, and very close to one for Wednesday at the other. Reeves, in fact, getting the touch but going wide. There was no flag up for offside. And throw towards Thomas. Corner given. Wednesday appeared to be a little unhappy with that decision, but you have to say that Roger Milford couldn't have been closer to it. Right now, Butters is up at the near post. Mitchell Thomas, the 6-footer's there as well. Paul Stewart, naturally. Terry Fenwick has come up from the back. Mabbott's in there too. And the two substitutes, Howes and Allen, waiting now for Chris Waddle to deliver the decisive ball.
Sterling turns away, hammers it clear. But Fairclough's got all the time in the world. Plays the ball through again towards Paul Stewart. It was held up for a minute. An astonishing goal, and Spurs are in the lead. Well, Turner came herring out of his goal, outside the box. It was followed up by Paul Stewart, and he'll claim that.
Well, we thought the goal, if it did come, would come from a mistake. It held up. Turner possibly mistimed it. And that's how goals are scored. They come from mistakes, but you must admire Stewart's perseverance there.
Peter Eustace, the new Sheffield Wednesday manager. Excellent coach, who's no doubt learned an awful lot under Howard Wilkinson, the 5.5 years he was here with him. But now Stewart on the break again for Tottenham. Could make it safe for them. Paul Stewart! 2-0! That big fee is being paid off in large lumps now. And Spurs seem to be en route for a third successive win. One in the Littlewoods Cup, one in the league against Wimbledon, and now with Stewart hammering in that second goal, it looks very much as though it could be another victory in the league for Tottenham.
He's got tremendous power, the boy, hasn't he? He looks as strong as a bull when he's in full flight, and I think now he's beginning to find his first division legs.
And that was really good clinical finishing right at the end there, 1 against 1. And the goal seen from the other angle. Again, we see the power and the pace and the running of Paul Stewart. Shaking off Cranston is not an easy thing to do, but there, the real good clinical finishing there as Turner came towards him. Wednesday with some good results recently. Some ways, is he running himself into trouble? He is. West with a shot straight at Bobby Mims. And he's getting quite a mouthful there from Terry Finnick. Not the cleverest thing to do, even though you've got a cushion of 2 goals near the end. And the final whistle. And great relief for Terry Venables and his Tottenham side.